reflect on that? How do you sum up a game like that where you did everything but score?
Yeah, classic dominant performance and get countered on the other end and lose the game 1-0. That hasn't happened to us for a long time. So, look, pleasing they were able to dominate a game, and I don't know the stats, but they'd be clearly in our advantage. We haven't been dominant in front of goal for a long time. Dominant in terms of shots created and the quality of chances that we created and should have scored. And the keeper obviously made some really good saves. And when we beat the keeper, there was someone on the line. And to be honest, they defended well, especially in the second half. A lot of numbers behind the ball. It's not easy to break them down. And then when we did, they were very desperate. You know, I think there was, I lost count of how many block shots there were at the end. So, but I can't fault our guys. We played to win, and unfortunately we came on the other end with a result that we didn't really like.
Because when you're looking at a game like this, the disappointment that comes with defeat, but when you look at the deluge of chances, do you think your side played well? Were there areas that they could have improved? Or do you look at that chances and say la vie?
No, look, we struggled early, the first 10 minutes with their setup. You know, we knew they were going to build up like that, and we just weren't getting to the contest. We weren't getting to the ball. Our timing, our anticipation to get to the next contest was a little bit off. We fixed that was certainly after the break, with the lightning break, and then we changed our press again in the second half. Probably until the early break with the lightning, they were probably the better team. And then we readjusted, and certainly the last 15-20 minutes of that first half, you could see the momentum change, and the game was swinging towards our way, and then it was clearly all us in the second half. But unfortunately, when you don't score, you can't win a game of football.
You've touched on it already to an extent, but I mean, do you recall being involved in the game where, I mean, didn't it just chances that just look like how did it stay out of that kind of chances? There were multiple.
It happened. I think a team like us who want to be dominant with the ball, you know, we got a lot of numbers forward tonight. You're always going to be vulnerable at the back, and we're always looking to win. We're always looking to try to score, and it can happen.
I guess pretty big contest coming up, obviously against Sydney.
Sydney, yeah.
Is it going to be an easy one to sort of get the fellas up again after such a
Well,
demoralising night, I guess?
It's always a big game, but it's fair time before we play Sydney. It's international break now, so we'll have a couple of days off, recover, and then we're not sure. We know more than likely Beachy's going away with the 23s. Won't know until tomorrow which other players are going to go with the national team. So there'll be a few players missing, and just get back to work. That's all we can do. You know, as disappointing as it is, we've had quite a positive season so far, and there's a fair bit of football still to be played. Yes, we should be disappointed because it's a game we should have won. So we just roll up our sleeves, we get back to work on Saturday, and slowly start building for the game against Sydney, and that obviously is we're almost three quarters into the season. We haven't played them yet, so and then we'll play them twice in 6 weeks. So that's interesting in itself. So yeah, looking forward to it, and we should.
It's not like you okay. You obviously subbed him until at the 75th minute, and so you're right.
Yeah, he started getting a little bit tight around the calves. So yeah, we're not going to risk with him. We're not sure. He'll go have a scan tomorrow, and then we'll see.
Any big concerns over him, or sort of wary with him?
No, he said that when he came off, he didn't feel anything. He just didn't feel anything sharp. He just felt some tightness coming along, so he stopped. So that's probably the most sensible thing to do at this stage.
Is he one of those you anticipate being the Socceroos winner?
More than likely, yeah. Yep, more than likely.
Anyone else that you'd like to see?
Oh well, I think Aziz is going to be there. Nate, Tills, Kai, I think should be. So, but who knows? We'll see what Mr. Popovich says tomorrow.
So just with the lightning break, how do you sort of handle it? 'Cause it's 64 minutes or so. It's a pretty long break to have in the middle of the game. How do you sort
That was on a weekly occurrence for me in Singapore. That happened, training sessions, that happened in games. I was fine. It was, I think probably a first for many players. So, no, it helped us. It helped us regain a little bit of composure. You know, I said our press wasn't right in that first half, and so we were able to fix that. And yeah, a 30-minute wait is a fair time, but yeah, it is what it is. So just be upbeat and have a few coffees.
And were there any sort of other injury concerns now, or do you have a clean bill of health?
No, Lex was the only one who came off. Chills is fine, and everyone else is fine. So, and I haven't heard from the physios, but generally they're jumping up and down at this stage of the night. So that's all clear.
Just Colin was out this game half. How bad's that?
Yeah, well, he was out 8-9 weeks with MCL, and then he had a baby, and it was all over the place. No, he's fine. He just felt some tightness again in the calf, and it's probably expected as well after a long time, and then all of a sudden, you try to build him up with conditioning, and then he joined the group probably a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and you're just always a little bit underdone anyway until you get a little bit of match rhythm. He played, he finished the game, and he was fine, and then the next morning he was a little bit tight. So, I think he should be okay for Sydney.
Wanted to ask, obviously you've got all these chances, frustration is growing amongst your players because the ball's not going in. Then they score, desperation begins to creep in as well because now they're hunting an equaliser, not a winner. Do you think your players rode those emotions well? They managed them towards the game?
I don't think we were desperate. We knew that we had to be patient throughout the game anyway, the way they defended. I don't think we were desperate. I think we just kept trying to play our football and got ourselves into good position. Of course, some of the final balls weren't great, but we created so much more this game than we had most of the season. And unfortunately, tonight it didn't go our way. If you ask me, would you like to have less opportunities and win the game? Obviously, yes. But it's always an issue when you're not getting the ball there, and we're getting the ball there, and we should have a little bit more quality about ourselves when we get the ball into the final third, or certainly into the box. I'm quite sure we'll probably tripled or quadrupled the number of balls inside the box compared to them, but we didn't do anything with it. Thank you.